Okay, I think I'm live. Hi, guys. So this is Writer Unedited number 11, where I just chat at my writing desk. Nothing fancy, no special makeup, no fancy backgrounds, just me chatting away with you guys. Of course, tech just let me down. I usually use my tablet, and for some reason today, when I turned my tablet on, the camera wouldn't work. So I am coming to you from my cell phone, which I've never done before. It claims that comments will appear. So far, I'm not seeing any. So if anybody is there listening, because it's not, I don't know where it tells me who's here or anything. I don't know how this works on my phone. So I'm just going to blither away. If you have a comment, please type it in. Hopefully it will come up on my screen. If it doesn't, I apologize profusely for not responding. I will check after the live is done, and if you have any comments, I'll try and answer them. So sorry. It's just technology, you know. Can't live without it, can't kill it, but sometimes it's a pain. All right, so let's get on with the program, such as it is. So as I said in my last Wednesday broadcast, all of the books in the consultant series are on sale this month on Kindle for $2.49 a piece. This is something my publisher does without, without my input, but I think it's wonderful. So The Money Man, the first one, which I talked about last week more, The Hacker, which I'm going to talk about more this week, and The Agent, which is number 3. I'll talk about that one next week. So The Hacker, let's talk about The Hacker. This is the book that nearly killed me. Why did it nearly kill me? Because I signed a contract with my publisher to write these 3 books in 18 months. Bang, bang, bang. For me, that's bang, bang, bang. For some people, that's nothing. For me, it was bang, bang, bang. It's a marketing philosophy called rapid release, even though it's not really as rapid as they would have liked. And I thought I would try it because who knew? I mean, usually I write a book a year. That's my natural cadence, as my publisher called it. But, I wanted to push myself and see what happened. Bad things happened. I got this book. Oh, somebody's here. I got this book done. The first draft, and granted, my first drafts are very clean. I have to pat myself on the back about that. Well, it's just the way I write. I think a lot before I write sentences down. So I write very clean first drafts. I finished the first draft a day before it was due. So there was no going over it to polish it before I handed it in. I polished as much as I could before I had to hit send, but I was losing my mind. So my daughter, who understands because she's done some writing herself, sent me this mug. So this is my artifact for today, because this is exactly how I felt. I don't know if this is coming out backwards for you. It's coming out backwards for me, but I will read it to you. Being a writer is easy. Anybody who's a writer knows that's a joke. But it goes on to say, it's like riding a bike, right? You never forget. Except the bike is on fire. You're on fire. Everything is on fire. And that's exactly how I felt when I was writing The Hacker. Everything was on fire. Oops, what was that? Weird. But I did it, and I actually really like this book. So Leland is, of course, a hacker. I mean, he's not. He hacks legally. He works for the consulting firm KRG, as every hero in the series does. And I just wanted to say that I was once a COBOL programmer, believe it or not. Yeah, you can tell that was a long time ago because it was COBOL. Nobody's cared about COBOL since Y2K, when they had to update a bunch of COBOL routines. Even before that, nobody cared much about it except for Y2K. So I'm totally obsolete in the computer world. And I have to say, and I know nothing about hacking, of course. I know nothing about computer security, cybersecurity, any of that stuff. So I had to do a lot of research while writing this book. And I honestly was a little concerned that the FBI might show up at my doorstep because I was searching, information about the dark web, because that's part of the mystery in this book, because these books have significant suspense plots to go with the love stories. So I was researching the dark web. I was researching gun dealers, illegal gun dealers. I was researching guns, of course. It was a little scary, some of the stuff that I was researching. Of course, if Tully had shown up at my door, who was the former FBI agent who's the hero of the agent, I wouldn't have minded at all, but I was afraid it was going to be someone else. So I see I have 4 viewers. Yay! So happy. If you're here, can you write a comment? It claims that I will be able to see comments on my phone. It says comments will appear here. I'm not seeing any yet, but hopefully they will show up. Oh, there are lots of thumbs up coming. Hi, Cindy. Cindy's watching. Yay, it's telling me something here. Hi, Cindy. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. You're such a faithful watcher. I really appreciate that. Okay, so back to being worried that the FBI would show up on my doorstep. So somebody asked me why this hero and this heroine. Sally McKenzie's here. Sally is a fellow author. She writes absolutely delightful, funny, witty Regency romances. Highly recommend them. Love them. Love Sally too. She's wonderful. So the hacker. Somebody asked me why this hero and this heroine. Well, Leland lives in his mind, and particularly after the traumatic event in his life, he becomes a total workaholic, and except for swimming, just for exercise, he basically sits in front of a computer and uses his brain all day. So I decided that I needed a heroine who was, oh, I got 2 cute little birdies in a comment. Thank you, whoever sent me 2 cute little birdies. It's not telling me who it was. A lot of thumbs ups. Yay, thank you. Maybe I'll do it on my phone all the time. I like all the thumbs ups. Dawn, his heroine, is a woman of physical action. She's a personal trainer. She teaches self-defense classes to women for a reason, as you find out in the book. And I just thought the 2 of them needed each other for balance. Also, Dawn doesn't think she's smart because she dropped out of college, whereas Leland is obviously very brainy. And I think she needed him to restore her self-confidence in her brains, because she, of course, is smart. You don't have to go to college to be smart. In fact, some people who do go to college don't really have a lot of sense, right? You know people like that. So let's see, what else to talk about here? Oh, so last week, nobody entered the giveaway for my coasters. Look at my pretty coasters. These are drink coasters. See the cork on the back? That I had made when these books came out to give to my review crew, my wonderful review crew, and I did a few giveaways too. But I have some left over, and since it's sale month for the consultants, I thought I'd give away some more of them. All you have to do is put a comment below that says coasters. C-O-A-S-T-E-R-S. Coasters. That's it. And you'll be entered in the drawing, which I will do at the end of the month. I also wanted to remind you guys that if you're ever interested in sort of seeing what inspired my inspirations, all right, I have 4 new comments. Why are they not showing up? Coasters, yay. Somebody said coasters. All right, Cindy said coasters, so somebody heard me, yay. So what was I saying? Oh, Pinterest boards, right. If you ever want to see the inspiration for my books, all of them except Royal Kaleva Gabrielle, because I haven't even looked at it since I read the book, to be honest, have Pinterest boards. And you just go to my website and you look for the book on my website, which is easy to find under all books. And there's a button that says, look at the Pinterest board. It's just for fun. I actually didn't even check the hacker before I started blithering because I forget to do stuff like that. But I know I looked at the Money Man. It was there. They're there. You can sort of figure out who I picked as the inspiration and, often an actor or model, and just stuff about the book that, that helped me write it. So check those out. Okay, so in writing news, What's going on in writing news? Well, I've said this a million times, but I just want to remind everyone that next month, that's October, I will be releasing the free, to my newsletter subscribers only, novella that is the sequel to Royal Kaleva Gabrielle. It has a lot of spoilers, so you should read Royal Kaleva Gabrielle first. But, you know, grab it anyway. Keep it on your Kindle or your computer. It will not be in print because it's short and, you know, it's just not going to be print. It's also not going to be for sale, so you have to be a newsletter subscriber to receive it. This month's newsletter will have the cover reveal for the novella, and I made the cover myself. Very pleased with myself. I hope you will click on something in the newsletter this month because I switched newsletter providers and I need clicks so that my new provider says, oh, people like reading Nancy's newsletters. Yay, we're going to make sure we send them to everybody who's on the list. So clickies, please. Let's see. Luisa's story that I'm madly working on is almost at the halfway point, assuming that it's 100,000 words, which is what I'm hoping for. As you know, Gabrielle's story was a lot longer, but I was writing it during the pandemic, and, you know, I just kept writing. I don't know, it just needed to be longer. Sometimes stories do. Who knows, the story may need to be longer too, but I don't think so. I think it's going to come in at my usual. And then in other writing news, one of my critique partners suggested that I write another piece of bonus material for the Royal Kaleva series that is a history of Kaleva. So I am writing a brief history of Kaleva, which is so much fun. I'm having a blast. Because even though I'm making up all these colorful characters and colorful events, I still actually have to do some historical research because, for instance, I was trying to figure out what kind of ships they would have sailed to Kaleva when they discovered it. And I was thinking galleons, but I wasn't sure if they had galleons when I was planning to have Kaleva discovered. So I had to look that up. And then, of course, I went down the rabbit hole and looked up all kinds of ships. And as Sally says, yay for histories and yay for historical research, right? Because Sally writers love to do research. We call it work. It's really procrastination, and we have so much fun. Sally, by the way, is the queen of going down research rabbit holes. She's always sending me links to really interesting stuff that then drags me into research rabbit holes. But then I drag myself back out because I basically have no justification for going down them. I write contemporary romance for a reason, and that's because I think I would be very prone to diving into those rabbit holes and staying there for way too long. So, but that said, I am having a lot of fun writing this history of Kaleva just in my spare time. I only do it sporadically because if, you know, I need to get Louise done. I want to get that done for you guys, my terrific readers. But I think you'll also like the history of Kaleva. I'm thinking that because I'm finding weirdly enough that I have almost a humorous tone in the history of Kaleva. It's a little snarky. I don't know why. So I decided that maybe Raoul writes it when he's had a little bit to drink and he just decides that, you know, the other histories are too heavy and he's going to just pick out the good stuff and then maybe have a little fun with it because I'm having fun with it. Or, of course, I may go through and edit it and make it less snarky, but probably not because snark's fun, right? Okay, and I think that's all my news. Yeah, that's all my news. Just remember, if you're interested in getting a coaster or two, comment coasters below this video. I will enter you in the drawing. And I will see you next week. Hope you have a wonderful time reading while I'm gone. Bye, guys. Love you guys. And now I have to figure out how to turn it off on a phone. Here we go. Finish. There we go.